Alright, we are down in Homer, Alaska. Hopefully this shows. If it doesn't, I will insert a picture, but that mountain right there is Mount Augustine. And it's the fourth volcano on the Cook Inlet that we don't always get to see from where we're at up north. So when it's out, you take a picture. Okay, so I'm in the back of the Salty Dog Saloon here, and due to copyrighted music, I can't let you listen to what was happening, but basically I'm just walking through, and you can see all the dollar bills. Those are all signed by people from all over the world, and they take them down and donate the money to charity often. But this is me just walking through and then walking back outside. I just wanted to show you the inside of the Salty Dog. And that is the world famous Salty Dog Saloon. So we got front row parking for a change. Try that in the summer. Alright, here's Cook Inlet. This is Anchor Point. And from here, we can see all four of Cook Inlet's volcanoes. You got Mount Augustine right there, Mount Iliamna, Mount Redoubt, and then way down there is Mount Spur. This is Ninilchik. You can see right down there on the horizon is Mount Augustine. And then again, Iliamna, Mount Redoubt, and Spur looks like it's gone for the night. Yep, Spur is in a haze. It's a beautiful night. It's going to be a pretty sunset. I'm going to cook something to eat. I'm hungry. Got a campfire going. Sunset's happening. I'm about to cook some chicken. Trying out a new cooking method, so you might have to bear with me for a while on this one. Alright, campfire's still going. Got a little bit of cloud cover rolling in, but sunset's still happening. Not real windy tonight. A little bit of a breeze, not bad. So what am I cooking? Well, we're gonna have some chicken. But I bought something different. This is called a rock pot. So there is a stone inside this fire. Right there, you can see it heating up. It works like a crock pot, except it's done slower without power. So we're gonna give that a try. I bought it to try it out for this kind of situation where I just didn't feel like sitting by a campfire all night. And we're gonna cook. It's gonna be a little later than I was hoping to eat, but that was my own fault because I didn't find somewhere to camp down in Homer. So I headed back north. But the campfire feels good. It warmed up. It's like 28 degrees Fahrenheit, 27 now. Where 2.5 weeks ago it was 30 below zero. So we've had a warm spell here. It rained the other day and was 38 degrees Fahrenheit. So we had a 68 degree weather spike over the course of a few days. Now that everything's cooled back down, we're still below freezing, and we're staying below freezing again, so that'll help. But yeah, we're in Ninilchik. There's the Ninilchik Lighthouse. Those are blocks of ice on the beach that washed out from one of the rivers somewhere. But as soon as that tablet's warmed up, which probably another 10 minutes or so, we'll throw that in the crock pot and we'll kick back in here and stay nice and warm. Okay, well, it is time to get the tablet and put it in there. So I just checked this, it's about 650 degrees, so I will drop it down in there, put that somewhere where it's safe, and then you just put this in there, and that's it, we're cooking. So I will put this up here so it's out of the way, but yeah, we're cooking now. Put some more wood in the campfire and we'll see. It is 5:55, so this should be done around 9 p.m. Fingers crossed, I did it right. We'll find out. Now that everything's in the rock pot, you can touch this. It's cool to the touch. So, pretty cool little setup. Hopefully it works good and we can cook a lot of meals like this. Because we can be gone mountain biking or hiking or skiing or whatever we want to do and come back to a warm meal a few hours later. That's kind of what I was leaning into this. And I didn't need a very big one, so I got the mini. But yeah, we'll give it a shot. We'll see how it turns out. Look at that sunset through the windshield. I know it's dirty, but it's pretty. Campfire right there. I'm just sitting in here watching the sunset. I should go back outside. What do you think of that sunset? Isn't that gorgeous? Winter sunsets are amazing. Stand here by the campfire and let you enjoy some sunset for a few minutes. Well, there's the last of the sunset. Looking from inside the van. Fire's just about completely out. And we're just gonna sit here for a little bit and enjoy what's left of our sunset. We're gonna be overcast, so we won't be able to see the stars tonight, it looks like. Yeah, it was a good night. Didn't quite go to plan, but that's okay. They make really nice window covers. If you haven't checked them out, check them out. I love mine. All right. Back here to where the important stuff is. Me. We are in night mode now. I'll pull the divider curtain down later. That'll trap more heat back here, which it's not very cold, so I'll probably end up turning the heater off tonight anyways. Today didn't exactly go as planned, so you may see some footage that doesn't resemble where we're at currently. That was because I did not realize that the Homer Spit isn't open for camping during the winter months. I guess I've really never stayed down there in this overnight during the winter. I've been down there in the spring and I've been down there in the fall, but I've never actually stayed down there in the winter. So that was a good learning moment for me. So I drove to Anchor Point and I was going to stay in Anchor Point. Same thing. There was no campgrounds open. So I ended up in Nilchik, and this is at the state park. It's actually closed for the winter, but they said you can camp here, so that's what I did. So that's where we're at now, is we're in Nilchik, and what we are doing is I bought a new cooker, which I will slide this down so you can see better, but it's called a rock pot. So basically what this is a crock pot without power. So what I've got in there is I've got some boneless chicken thighs, and I'm slow cooking them basically like you would in a crock pot. Pretty neat little concept. This is the first time I've used it. They are not sponsoring. I bought this with my own money. It just kind of looked like something I might be able to use in the van while I'm out for the day. I'm out hiking or biking or whatever. If I just don't feel like cooking a meal and I'm doing other things, I can set this up. In theory, that's what my plan is anyhow, is I'm going to set it up and let it cook while I'm doing other things, and then I'll have a hot meal when I'm back in the van or done doing whatever I'm doing. So I've been doing a lot of winter gear testing, and this is another one I'm testing for myself. Window covers, I'm getting those squared away. I should have rear ones here in the next month or two. Otherwise, these will work. I mean, these are actually doing their intended purpose, which helps keep some of the heat back in the van. But I got my coolant leak fixed. That was the coolant junction piece, and mine was plastic, which was the original one, and it heat cycled so many times it must have just failed. So anyhow, I have a stainless steel one in now, and no leaks as of now. I haven't been able to find anything. I haven't had to add antifreeze in almost a week and a half now, which has been great because I was adding up to a gallon a day, sometimes a little more. Been working on just little projects here in the van. Some of you may notice that there's no lights here anymore. Well, I must have pinched it right here, either installing it or maybe I hit it with the window cover or something, but it died. So I just went ahead, and these are cuttable, so I cut it, and I still have the 3/4 of it. So if you did notice, that's why that's not there anymore. What else have we got going in here? Nothing really exciting. Everything seems to be working now that the antifreeze leak is gone. Gonna do a few more test runs, and then hopefully we'll get to go play in some colder weather. But it all really kind of depends right now. I've got a lot of doctor's appointments because I'm getting real close to getting my knee replaced. So that's kind of keeping me limited on how far I can travel. I haven't really been going anywhere. I've been staying in town because I've been wrapping up all my projects before I have my knee surgery, because that's going to put me out and about for a minimum of probably 2 to 3 weeks before I can really start getting back into the function of doing what I want to do. That said, we're still going to try a couple more trips before my knee surgery, and I got to make a trip to Seward at some point in the next week or so. So maybe we'll go do a camp out then. Don't know. We'll play it by ear. But tonight's plan was not what we're doing, but we're adapting and overcoming. And we're testing out our rock pot. So we'll see how that goes. It's been in a little over an hour now. I've got a couple, probably 2 to 3 more hours of that cooking. So dinner is going to be late, but that's okay. I haven't ate today, so not a big deal. Anyhow, that's what we're doing. That's why the scenery has changed a couple times today. Not my intended course, but anyhow, I'll quit rambling and I'll get back to, I'm gonna flip a movie on and watch a movie, and we'll let the rock pot cook, and I'll check back with you in an hour or so, and we'll pop it open, take a quick peek at it, see how things are going. Alright, we're 2 hours in. We're gonna check this, see how the chicken's doing. Oh yeah, it's cooking. I'm just gonna stir things up a little bit. Ooh, that's hot. That's nice. Lots of chicken broth in there. That's good. Chicken's starting to fall apart. Nice. So, looks like everything's working good. I'm gonna get that closed back up. But you can see, cooking right along. Close it back up, preserve all that heat. Put it back up there. That's 2 hours in. We got about probably another hour, hour and a half, and then it should be good to go. And it's 27 degrees. 67 in here. It's plenty warm in here. Okay, let's check and see how our food's doing. Yep, looking pretty tasty. Oh, and it smells so good in here now. Anyhow, I'm gonna grab a quick bite to eat, and then I'm gonna get ready to call it a night. Finish watching my movie, and I'm out of here. Pretty good. Nice and tender. So far I'm impressed with this. I'm going to keep using it, of course. I want to do a bunch of recipes in here, and we'll let you know what we think. Yeah, I'm going to have a couple bites of chicken here, and then I'm going to get ready for bed.